Today video is how to recognize whether you are under manipulation. The manipulation is a system that narcissistic use to destroy. So it is okay if somebody is smoking or drunk, somebody is drinking, or somebody is not working hard to get an income, then it is okay to manipulate and improve him, to encourage him to earn, encourage him to get the education, or encourage him to stop smoking, encourage him to stop alcohol taking, encourage the person to not to associate too much with friends. So that is positive manipulation. But the narcissistic personality has a negative way, negative. They want to destroy. I have a lot of experiences. At the earliest experience, this is happening after exposing. Now only I am thinking. Now only I am thinking that whether this is manipulation. Not those days. Not those days when I expose or when I experience somebody else's manipulation, then and there I could not understand. Later only I understood. So for the people, those who are under manipulation should know, not like me, that I have exposed and victimized. Before victimization, or if you're under victimization, how to get over it. So best way is to you have to be very vigilant. You have to be very vigilant and don't trust somebody. Don't trust somebody. If you trust somebody is loving, somebody is very friendly, somebody is giving you foods and everything, praises, it could be manipulation. So that you have to positively think. You have to think and see whether it is some positive thing or whether it is some destruction. The very early stages, I can remember, I was a small child. We had a Austin van. It's van, no, I don't know, it's like a car. My father had very early. I was a small child, not even in maybe in the school, not even in the school, I think. I was not. Maybe about 5 years, 4 years, something. And that was sold. I still remember some 600 or 900 rupees notes. Somebody count and give it to somebody, then that fellow is a count, then it came to my father. And then we went by our van and came by bus from Colombo, Dehiwale. I can still remember. And my mother was praising my father, telling, "Oh, you have done a great thing. You now you are okay. You have done a great thing. Very intelligent, very intelligent." By that way, he lost his wealth. He lost one of his assets. Or the same thing happened. We had, my father used to buy lands. Sometimes he was thinking, where should he live like that? Very good lands were there. He was showing sometimes when I used to go with him by his motorbike or scooter. And then he showed, "Oh, that land belongs to me. If it was there, it's good for you." Then one day he showed his, at the Richmond school, he had a land. And there he showed me, "Oh, if this land was there, it will be very comfortable to you." But that is sold. All these lands sold by manipulative methods. And when he sell the land, my mother used to praise him. He didn't know, even I didn't know. I thought it's good. It's a praise, but it is a loss of his wealth. And that way, he was my father had another business. My mother was trying very well to get him away from that business. Who is he? Who is that? What is your business partner? Who is but he didn't avoid. Still we have that business now. It's belong to my family, not the family, one of my family member, and that he didn't stop. Probably one day my father was telling me, I cannot do any improvement to your family. This is my family because your mother, she was telling like that. I can remember that. And then we had the last video I said about the poultry farm. That poultry farm was discouraged because it was earning. We were earning money, but that was discouraged. I don't know, and encouraged to have cows. So we had, I think, one, and then asked him to get another one, then two, and then my mother was telling, your father has done to me, tell me, and your father has done a very intelligent thing. Now he's on the way to his wealth or income or whatever. But that was a loss in his income. Because it was very difficult to manage. And the milk was given with, I think, water is added 1/3 water, 2/3 milk, so that people were not buying. So we had in a biggest trouble. So that business took our money away. Okay. So, but I don't know what grounds my mother used to tell. This is a very intelligent, but that is the way. Now I understand giving reward by mentally giving reward, encouragement is giving reward. If the father was doing something good, so running the business, he was always telling, giving him pain, giving my father a pain when he's doing a proper thing, giving my father pain, or telling that it is a painful, something like that, giving pain. So the punishment until he avoid. So how? It's very difficult, and father was suffering, and the entire family was suffering because of that. So that's, I don't know from where it's 80% coming from the family. Inheritance of manipulation. It's an inheritance problem. So my mother is not responsible. It is inheritance is responsible for that. But how can she prevent? Inheritance. It is the responsibility. It's a problem. So that how to recognize these things, that is very important, because you are not born in this world, and God is not given your life for manipulators to manipulate, manipulators to destroy, manipulators to discourage your the improvement, manipulators not to discourage your improvement, income, social well-being, and mental well-being, and then your education, nothing. So best way, you have to vigilantly think, or even write a journal thinking what behavior is this fellow is trying to improve by giving rewards or giving pains. What's the behavior this fellow is trying to create, or what's the path that this fellow is going to take me. So whether it is in this path or that path. What's the path this fellow is encouraging? What's the path this fellow is discouraging? So you have to vigilantly think and write them down. Don't believe people. Write them down. And then later you will be, I haven't done, my father hasn't done. So later you will be able to find this fellow is doing some strategy, manipulation to to destroy me. That's the important thing. So you have to write down whether the spouse is given pain, him or his spouse. That's what I use. Whether you are given a pain, whether you are given a reward. So when this pain is given, when you are having which behavior, which attitude, or which work activity. When the reward is given, when you are doing what sort of activity. So in my life, I initially I wanted to be a surgeon, and then I wanted to. I went for very much good in this way, surgeon, but that was discouraged. And the way it is that giving me some rewarding way. That is, I don't want pains, because studying is a painful thing. Studying is a painful thing. That's why in Sinhala it's studying is like a thorn in a rose, like that. Studying is a rose, but the result is the full-blown rose flower. That's very clear, but that is true. But you should accept the thorns when you are studying. That's you. But the manipulator is going to show you the thorns of that flower. They don't the flower. They stress, emphasize on the thorns. This happened to me because I was asked to do private practice. Then I earn some money. I can have my car. I can go buy my car. And these petrol, gas, which we call here gas. I can afford for that. I can have go trips, and it's very I don't have pain with that, with some income. With some income I don't have pain, so I like that. So if I write it down, this fellow is trying to encourage me to do private practice. And that is for when I am not studying. That's what I should have write. I should have write, this fellow is encouraging me when I am not studying to become a surgeon, to private practice, because that way I don't get thrones. I don't get pricked with the thrones. So I like that is avoiding my pain. So encourage that. And also other way what I can remember is in very recent, I could say, I got through my Canadian exam. I had to score I think 250 out of 500, but I scored 330 out of 500. That is a good score. It's a better score, I would say, not good. It's a good score. And then I wanted another 6 months studying for the part 1. And by that way, the same knowledge, I have to have some additional knowledge on them. That means detailed knowledge, some detailed knowledge on the same knowledge that I had. So I wanted to do that. But what happened is I got a promotion in my job. I was just a tissue recovery technician. Then the tissue recovery coordinator post is given. My God, I was getting phone calls. I didn't tell to people also. It was just a thing. I know this is a problem. I want to somehow get away from that and study again, because before I forget the knowledge that I got by doing my first exam in medical council in Canada. Then that happened. Congratulations, people are coming. I don't know where. Congratulations, you got a job. I heard that. I didn't tell, but I know who told. No, I need not to tell. Now you all know. What a lot of by that way, the pain of studying is not there now. They congratulate, they tell me, encourage me, stay in that job, do the job, earn money with that job, nice, like that. They show me the pain, less pain with that job. So in that way, I manipulated. I used to not to study, because when study is pain. Now when I'm doing this job, I am not getting any pain. I have income. I am getting congratulations. And people say, oh, very good, very good. And by that way, if I wrote it down, this one, and I am not going to enter into this state at the moment. I could not complete anything. I could not process after that evaluation exam for these years, several years. You see, this is what. And also, other one I want to tell is that I still studied. It's not that I am a person who study, because my parents are, my father is a principal, so that he's education psychologist also. And then we know, encourage me to do studies, and that's we are studying academic family. And because of that, I studied. But when I studied like this in a room, even the turn of my paper, turn of the page, this your turning of papers is disturbing to my sleep. Your turning of paper, then I feel that as a person that is not hurting to people, the other one is thinking, this fellow is a weak man. This fellow don't want to give pain to others. This fellow don't want to do any wrong thing to others. This fellow is a fool. This is a fool. That's why he doesn't want to give pain to others. He's a fool. It is good for him to study now. Why should they say those two? So he should not worry about them. But this fellow is worrying about them. This fellow is thinking he's guilty. He's a fool. It's a weakness of his personality. So I should do again. So that way, giving me pain, giving me guilty feeling, is that. So what I'm emphasizing again is, write it down. This fellow is giving me pain when I am studying. So that's the activity. When I am studying medicine, this fellow is giving a pain. So then I can analytically think, what is this manipulation is going on? Otherwise I cannot study now. So these are the very, very small examples I gave, but a lot of manipulations were used. And even when I wanted to do pediatrics and psychiatry also, that people were giving me, telling, oh, what you are going to do? Oh, it's a very painful thing, no, very difficult with the discussions, discussions over discussions, failure over failure. What you are going to do? Do something is easy. Like that, they create a less painful environment in my mentality and get me away from my studies, which I could do. So that is the way that I was manipulated to destruction. Now I was telling, it is called operant conditioning. That's the method that they use. If I tell that, some other people which you know, who are you are victimized, may use those things. They may use, but what I am telling is write them down. What is this fellow? Why this fellow is trying to do? What's the behavior this going to build up? What's the behavior this fellow is going to go on? Whether the behavior is good for you for your family, for your children, for your future, whether is that behavior good for you? Why this fellow is discouraging that? So distraction. It's the ambition is the distraction. If initially I told, if I am smoking, if you want to get away from that's a good one. That's a good. But this is the destructive thing. So this understanding manipulation is very important. So that's what I am telling in this video. Thank you very much.